What's going on, everyone? It's Andy Singer with the Heartland Institute, bringing you more from climaterealism.com. So today is the big day. It is the first presidential debate, Joe Biden versus Donald Trump. Because it's the debate, I thought today we should talk about the Joe Biden climate plan. Will they talk about it tonight? I don't know, but if they do, I wanted to get ahead of it. So the Joe Biden climate plan is this. It is environmentally destructive. I'll tell you why. But first, let's go into it. So by the year 2050, the Joe Biden climate plan calls that we move towards 100% emission-free energy. So 100% emission-free energy by 2050. That means we move away from all conventional energy sources and move towards essentially entirely renewable sources. By 2025, there are enforceable milestones we have to hit. So Harvard University ran a study, and they looked at, in order to meet today's current energy needs, how much of the nation will we need to cover with wind turbines? So for current energy needs, how many wind turbines will we need? And they found this. We would have to cover, ready? 1/3 of the entire nation with wind turbines just to meet today's energy needs. Who knows what our energy needs are going to be in 2050? I suspect far higher. So does covering 1/3 of the nation with wind turbines really sound environmentally friendly to you? No, it's laughable. But it goes further than that. So Joe Biden has pledged to follow the Green New Deal. His running mate is Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris was a co-sponsor of the Green New Deal in the Senate. Okay, so within the Green New Deal, we're going to have to move towards an all-electric vehicle fleet. So the entire transportation industry is going to have to abandon the internal combustion engine and move towards electric vehicles. Now, in order to power all these electrical vehicles through entirely emissions-free energy, how much of the nation do you think we'd have to cover with wind turbines? The hint? It's the exact same answer. Another third. So we're going to have to cover 1/3 of the nation with wind turbines to cover our current electricity needs. And then we're going to have to cover another 1/3 of the nation with wind turbines to cover our transportation industry once it moves towards all electric vehicles. So now we are talking about 2/3 of the entire nation is going to be covered with wind turbines under this Joe Biden climate plan. So I'll be honest, I don't know exactly how much of the nation is currently covered with buildings, but if we take that and then we talk about the 2/3 of the nations that are covered with wind turbines, there's not going to be much space left for nature, for forests, for lakes, for animal habitats, for everything. I mean, we're going to have to cover the entire nation with wind turbines. That is the most environmentally destructive thing in the world. Everyone knows that wind turbines are brutal for birds already, birds and bats. It's actually worse for bats, but let's go into just some of the figures for birds. So currently we get 7% of our nation's energy from wind turbines. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service estimates that these wind turbines kill between 140,000 and 500,000 birds a year. So that's for 7%. And these aren't just pigeons in New York City. If we killed some of the pigeons in New York City, yeah, fine. That's cool. I'm not in New York, but I've been there and it smells really bad. But yeah, so 7% is killing that many birds. Imagine if we move towards, 50%, higher than that. We're going to be, it's going to be a birdicide. I don't even know if that's a real word. It is going to be a word if we have that many wind turbines. Seriously, it's going to devastate animals, devastate habitats, devastate nature. It is the least environmentally friendly plan ever. And it's the green plan. And it really makes you wonder, like, do Greens really understand that what they are calling for is going to destroy the environment? Let me tell you the benefits of conventional energy. Conventional energy is efficient, which means it does not take a large amount of space on land to generate large amounts of energy. Now, if you were going to take a nuclear plant and then just completely move it towards wind power, the amount of space that would be required would balloon a massive amount. It's why we cover so much of the nation with wind turbines. Now, the benefit of of nuclear, of conventional energy is we don't have to cover much space. So you can still have the forest nearby. You can still have the park. You can have the animal habitats. We're going to lose all of that if we move away from emission energy, energy that generates emissions, is what I'm saying. So yeah, and look, I'm not even getting into the rare earth materials that would be required for this. And all right, I'll briefly go into it. This is off the cuff, but there are only a few nations in the world that allow us to mine rare earth materials. Why? Because it is so environmentally destructive. China's one of them. So, for example, if we're going to move towards entirely emission-free energy and wind turbines, we're going to need to mine so many more rare earth metals. If we don't do it here, we are going to become so reliant on other nations for our energy needs, especially China. Is that really what we want? No. So the debates tonight, if they talk about the climate plan, you should know this, and someone asks you or anything, The Joe Biden climate plan with Kamala Harris is the least environmentally friendly plan ever. Ever. Seriously. And it's that close to being enacted. All right, that's what I got for you. Tomorrow, I'm going to try to watch the debate tonight. If I get to it, we'll talk about what they say tomorrow if they talk about the climate. But until then, it's Andy Singer with the Heartland Institute. Peace.